Antimicrobial resistance is increasingly found in livestock animals. Welcome to Microbial Minutes, ASM's update on what's hot in the microbial sciences, the Resistance on the Rise edition. I'm Julie Wolf, Science Communication Specialist here at ASM, and today we're featuring a study which was recently published in Science that highlights the spread of antimicrobial resistance in livestock animals of low-income and middle-income countries. The study was performed in part because there is less known about the carriage of antimicrobial resistance, or AMR, among the livestock in these countries, which are increasing in their meat production, and along with raising more animals to meet the demand for this meat, are providing these animals with more antimicrobials. 73% of antimicrobials globally are used in animals raised for food to both maintain their health and as growth promoters. Surveillance of AMR in livestock has concentrated on high-income countries, so conducting a baseline survey of these rapidly expanding livestock populations in other places is important to understand the problem on a global scale. Resistant microorganisms found in livestock are increasingly tied to resistant infections in people, and global trade means that a resistant microbe selected for in one country can quickly become a resistant infection in someone in another country. The map that I'm showing you here is from a perspective which was also published in Science, and the map shows in blue where antimicrobial use is projected to increase, and in green where resistance has already become a large problem among 4 indicator species from farmed animals, based on the data that I'll show you on the next slide. In this report, the authors examined resistance in animals by linking antimicrobial use and antimicrobial resistance data on farmed animals through a systematic review of 901 surveys which were performed between the year 2000 and mid-2018. They examined 4 indicator bacterial species based on the links which were previously established between human and animal infection. These include Campylobacter, non-typhoidal Salmonella species, E. coli, and Staphylococcus aureus. Looking at the AMR over time, the proportion of the strains which are resistant to antibiotics increased the most within chickens, shown here on the left, and pigs, shown in the middle. The team also made some global maps of AMR, which are available for free at resistancebank.org, and these maps revealed that hotspots for resistance include both China and India, as well as Brazil, Kenya, Uruguay, and a few other countries as well. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the highest resistance rates were observed within the classes of antimicrobials which were most commonly used in animal production, and this includes the tetracyclines, the sulfonamides, and the penicillins. The report was featured in a number of media outlets, as we'll see on the next slide, including The Perspective in Science and a piece in Nature News, in which the lead author, Thomas Van Boekel, stated, "We are largely responsible for this global problem that we've created. If we want to help ourselves, we should help others." The we that Van Boekel is referring to is high-income countries, which have used antimicrobials in livestock raising for nearly 100 years, and only recently started to implement changes due to the rise in resistant infections in people. Decreasing antimicrobial use in animals is in all parties' best interests, since infectious diseases can easily cross man-made borders. One way to address resistance is for countries to adopt the National Action Plan on AMR to implement some of the suggestions from the Global Action Plan adopted by the World Health Assembly in 2015. Drug-resistant infections are estimated to cause 700,000 deaths annually around the world. This makes AMR a very pressing problem that all countries must work together to solve. Today, we've heard that antimicrobial resistance is increasing in livestock animals of low and middle income countries. For more update on AMR issues and other things related to microbial sciences, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you always get an update when we have a new video. I'd like to thank you for listening and thank Ray Ortega for production. I'm Julie Wolf, and I'll be with you next time on Microbial Minutes.